right, folks, here we are. Villisca Axe Murder House. Bucket list investigation for sure. I made it just before dark, and now we're about to go inside and do some exploring. Let's check it out. Here we are, Villisca Axe Murder House. I have not gone anywhere other than the kitchen, so you guys are going to be seeing everything for the first time as I'm seeing it. So I understand it might take you all some time to warm up to me, but I want to assure you that I have nothing but the best intentions. I'm just here for peaceful communication. If you are all comfortable with eventually coming forward and communicating, let's start with the EMF detector. If you feel comfortable walking over to this device and making it line up, the battery on this one is dying. Let's see if I can find my battery and my screwdriver. I understand it might take you all some time to for me to earn your trust, but I'm going to be here all night. I hope through our time spent together you can understand that I'm not here to cause any trouble. My name is Jeff. I'm 44 years old. As I said, I'm from Massachusetts. I love dogs. I have 3 rescue dogs. I'm actually getting a little homesick. I've been in Iowa for 3 days now. I can't wait to go home and see my dogs. After tonight, I'll be flying back to Boston. So I'm going to be spending my last night with you all. If you feel comfortable with sharing any information, if you want to talk about anything, I think the million-dollar question that everybody wants to know is who is the murderer. I know that Reverend Kelly had made a confession, but apparently the jury didn't believe him, so if at any point anybody here wants to share any information as far as who may have committed these horrible crimes against you all, maybe that can lead to some sort of closure if the world knows who actually committed these heinous crimes. Okay, so you don't seem to want to come that close to me, which I understand. You don't know each other at all, and it takes time to develop trust. So I get it. you want, we can try the S box. You should be able to communicate with me through this device.
Starting it.
Is there anyone here that wants to come forward and talk to me through this device? Josiah, are you here? The father of the house, the man of the house, are you willing to come forward and talk to me? Josiah? I know you passed away at 43 years old. I'm 44 years old. I'm the same age as you. Sarah Moore, 39 years old, the mother. Herman, Mary, Arthur, and Paul, and the two neighborhood kids, Ina and Lena. You got hurt? Did I hear that correctly? I'm so sorry that you all had to go through what you went through. Nobody deserves that. If you come near that device, it'll light up. It will just simply let me know that you're here. It won't harm you in any way. Looks like there's a picture of the family on the wall, but it only looks like it's Two of the children with the parents. I'm not sure which kids those are. Josiah, Mr. Moore, the man of the house, I come to you with respect and dignity. I have nothing but peace and love to give. Are you willing to come forward, Josiah, and communicate with me? If you go near that device that's on the floor, it will light up. I understand that your house has been turned into a tourist attraction of sorts. People like myself, we seek answers. Everybody wants to know what happens after you die. So that's why I'm here. I want to prove that life after death exists in some form or another. Everything in the universe is matter and energy. And the theory is that when we shed our physical bodies, there's a piece of us that continues on in the form of energy. Some people might call it a spirit. Some people might call it a ghost. I'm sure there's probably 100 other names for it. But people like myself, I travel around the country to infamously famous alleged haunted places, and your home is one of those places. It's famous around the world. I know it's a horrible thing to be famous for, to be murdered in such a horrible fashion. But this is why people like myself come here. I'm not sure if you've had some negative experiences with past investigators that have come here, but I want to reemphasize on the fact that I just want to make some communication. I want some type of proof or evidence that there is an afterlife. So we can just start taking baby steps. If at any point, if any one of you is comfortable enough to walk over to the device in the middle of the floor, and we can start there, and hopefully we can start to develop some level of trust throughout the night. Who's the piano player of the family? Are any of the children able to play piano? Can somebody come play me a song? Clearly I don't know how to play. Somebody's going to have to come over here. Show me how to play the piano. Does anybody like music? I heard you were a religious family. You were a godly family. From what I understand, you were all actually coming home from church the night that you were all murdered. It looks like there's some great Christian music on the music book over here. Lead us, O Father. If you were a God-fearing family, maybe we can all pray together and say the Lord's Prayer together. I will start off. And if you feel comfortable, you can join in. Please bow your head in prayer. Our Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
The real children.
I'm so sorry, girls, that you had to go through what you went through. It says that investigators believe that all of the victims except for Lena had been asleep. So Lena, were you the only one that was awake and witnessed this horrible crime? It says you had a defensive wound on the arm. In another bizarre twist, all the mirrors were covered with blankets or clothing. Is the killer in the house? I know there was a long list of suspects. Ina and Lena, if you're willing to talk to me, this device, once I turn it on, it will give you the ability to communicate. Either of the Stillinger sisters, are you here? Can you tell me your name? Ina or Lena, are you here? I promise I'm not here to cause harm or hurt anybody. I'm just here to talk. Is this the room you were in when you died? If you come into the room, you can set my device off and I'll know you're here. How old are you? Coming upstairs now, is that okay? Do I have your permission to go upstairs? Okay, here I come. Josiah and or Sarah, are either one of you willing to talk to me? I know it's a sensitive topic. You know, being murdered the way everybody was. But I'm here attempting to communicate. If you get near this device, or if you touch it, it will light up as such. If you get within close proximity to that thing, it will make a noise and light up. It will not hurt you. I promise you that. It will not cause any harm. I won't let anything bring you any more harm while I'm here. That's weird, my infrared just went out on this camera for a second. Josiah, me and you are practically the same age. I'm only a year older than you were when you passed away. So I know you still had a lot of life left in you. It's unfortunate that your life, along with everybody else's life, was cut short by the psychopath. Do you want to come next to one of my devices? If you come near either one of these devices, they should light up. The story is that when the murderer was here, as you can see, the people that run the house have recreated what they think the murder scene looked like, because apparently the killer had covered up all of the mirrors with either sheets or articles of clothing, and you can see that they got that going on. It says right here that Josiah received more blows from the axe than any other victim. Let's see. Doctors concluded that the murders had taken place between midnight and 5 a.m. 2 spent cigarettes in the attic suggested that the killer or killers patiently waited in the attic until the Moore family and the Stillinger guests were asleep. The killer or killers began in the master bedroom, so where I am laying right now. Josiah and Sarah, the parents, were sleeping. It says that Josiah received more blows from the axe than any other victim. His face had been cut to such an extent that his eyes were completely destroyed. I apologize if this is hard to hear to Josiah and Sarah. It says the ceiling in his room also had a gouge mark from when the murderer lifted the axe to murder him. The killer or killers used the blade of the axe on Sarah, while the rest of the victims got the blunt side of the axe, which I find that to be a little strange. Now, why would this psychopath use the sharp edge on Sarah? Right here, this is Sarah Moore, 39 years old. Rest in peace, Sarah. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Meanwhile, the rest of the victims, including Josiah, got the blunt end. And it sounds like Josiah got the worst of it. So the guy that did this was clearly a coward. And he wanted to take out his biggest threat first, which was Josiah the man. Because once he took out Josiah, I mean, this is all theory and speculation on my part, but once he took out what he considered to be the biggest threat, because he was a giant coward, you know, he had nothing but women and children left. I mean, these poor defenseless people were left, defenseless. Imagine you're in your home, the one place in the world that we're all supposed to be able to feel safe in. This is your home, this is your castle. And this psychopath came in here and took that all away. He murdered these poor people in their sleep, and they had no chance of even beginning to defend themselves. And it's just really sad. And I really am sorry, Josiah and Sarah, and to the rest of the kids that this happened. I think the next best thing we can do is we can hopefully, if you are all comfortable with this, I'm going to break out the S-Box again, and you can tell me who the murderer was. And hopefully that will give some sort of closure. Josiah and Sarah, do you feel comfortable talking to me? Josiah, are you here? Are you willing to come forward and talk to me? I know this device can come across as a little bit scary. It's a little bit loud, but this is a great way for us to communicate. You have to use this device to talk to me. Train. The train going off in the background. It's funny that I can hear the train from here, because one of the theories is that they think that the murderer was a serial killer that used the railroad to hop off and on in different towns and use that as an escape route when he was done murdering his victims. I'm going to list some names off the suspect list, and you feel free to speak up if you hear a name that sounds familiar. Andrew Sawyer was the person that murdered you. Was his name Andrew Sawyer? What about Frank Jones? Mr. Frank Jones. How about William Mansfield? William Mansfield. Henry Lee Moore. Does that name sound familiar? Henry Lee Moore? How about Samuel Moyer? Samuel R. Moyer. Paul Mueller. Paul Mueller. What about Reverend George Kelly? Reverend Kelly. Reverend George Kelly. He was accused of being a pervert, asking women to pose nude for him, and he was actually at the same church that the Moore family was at before they were murdered. And he left town early the morning of the murders. Does that name sound familiar to anybody? Reverend George Kelly? He actually confessed. Reverend Kelly had confessed to the murders in court, but the jury did not believe him. In the weeks that followed, he displayed a fascination with the case and wrote many letters to the police, investigators, and family of the deceased. This aroused suspicion, and a private investigator wrote back to Reverend Kelly asking for details that the minister might know about the murders. And crazy enough, Kelly actually responded to this private detective, replied with great detail, claiming to have heard sounds and possibly witnessed the murders. His known mental illness made authorities question whether he knew the details because of having committed the murders or was imagining his account. So According to Reverend Kelly, he claims to have heard the sounds and possibly witnessed the murders. So in that case, there was only one of two ways I think you could have actually witnessed the murders. If you did it yourself, obviously you would have been witnessing the murder take place if you did it, or if he was a willing accomplice. That was another theory, that there might have been more than one killer. But I guess everything was dismissed because he had some type of mental illness. In 1914, 2 years after the murders, Kelly was actually arrested for sending obscene material through the mail. So he was basically a pervert. He was sexually harassing a woman who applied for a job as his secretary. And he was eventually sent to St. Elizabeth Hospital, the National Mental Hospital in Washington, D.C., where investigators speculated again that Kelly could be the murderer of the Moore family and the Salanders. In 1917, Kelly was finally arrested for the Villisca murders. Police obtained a confession from him. However, it followed many hours of interrogation, and Kelly later recanted. After 2 separate trials, he was acquitted. So it's very strange how he was known for being a pervert. He was at the church the night the family was murdered, and then he disappeared the following morning. And he confessed, but then he, at some point, changed his mind, took back his confession. That was who I always thought did it, was Reverend George Kelly. Henry Lee Moore is another suspect. He was a suspected serial killer. Coincidentally, he had the same last name, but there was no relation. He was convicted of murder of his mother and grandmother several months after the Villisca murders, his weapon of choice being an axe. Before and after the murders in Villisca, the very similar axe murders of his mother and grandmother were committed. In all of the cases showed striking similarities, leading to strong suspicion to some or all of the crimes were committed by an axe-murdering serial killer. So Henry Moore, was Henry Moore the murderer? Henry Lee Moore. Does that name sound familiar? And as you can see, that mirror is covered up with a sheet like it was the original night of the murder. My stomach's gurgling. Are any of the children here willing to communicate? Herman and Arthur, are either one of you here willing to communicate? If you can walk up to the edge of this bed and touch this device, it will light up. Just a simple way to know that you are here. I promise I'm not here to hurt you. None of these devices will hurt you. All they do is allow me to know that you're with me. That's all it does. Herman, are you here? What about you, Arthur? Are you here? Can you give that ball just a little nudge? Catherine was 10 years old. This was her bed. This is where she was murdered. Catherine, can I sit on your bed and talk to you? There's a train again. Is that how the bad man got away on the train? Catherine, do you want to push that ball right there? Can't forget about the 5-year-old Paul. 5-year-old Paul. Man. Look at this. This makes me angry. I'm trying not to get angry because I'm trying to stay calm. Trying to stay a professional investigator. Not that I am a professional investigator, I'm just saying I'm trying to have a professional demeanor. I don't typically like to provoke. I try to come into an investigation and be polite and respectful, but in regards to the person that murdered these people, I have no respect and I will not be polite. You think about this poor 5-year-old baby, to have your life ended so brutally. It's hard not to get upset about that. It's hard not to get emotional. It's hard to not want to hurt the person that hurt these people. That's what makes me feel like when my fight or flight kicks in, I'm in fight mode. Not that I'm experiencing fight or flight right now, but I'm just saying, when you hear about innocent people being hurt, it makes me want to hurt the people that hurt those people, or the person that hurt these people. Josiah, I'm here to help, my friend. And Sarah, I want you to understand that I'm here to help in any way that I can. And I don't know how I can help, but please feel free if there's anything I can do. Even if it's just letting the world know who the killer was. Maybe we can begin a little bit of closure. I brought some gifts for you all. I was thinking of you while I was still in Massachusetts. I was thinking about buying you all something. So I know it was recently Valentine's Day, just a couple weeks ago. I bought some chocolates for Sarah. Happy Valentine's Day, Sarah. This is from me and Josiah. I want you to have those. Happy Valentine's Day. And for all the girls Every girl likes a doll. I bought you a Barbie doll that you all can have and play with. And for the boys, who doesn't like kickball? I mean, I still like kickball and I'm 44 years old, right? Kickball is awesome. It will always be awesome. And then for Josiah, I didn't really know what else to get a man other than a couple of cigars. I don't even know if you smoke or not, but hopefully it's the thought that counts. And if you feel comfortable enough, you can come grab your gift. And if you come close enough to one of these devices, you can set it off, and so that way I'll know that you're there. I figured this is the least that I could do for everybody here, is to buy you all a little gift to show my appreciation and to say that I'm sorry for what happened to you all. The chocolates are technically for Sarah, but as long as Sarah is okay with it, any of the kids are welcome to the chocolate as well. Obviously, you can't have the tobacco, but how about you, Paul? Do you want to come play with the ball? Or Herman? Paul or Herman? If I turn the light off, will you become more brave? Will you get a little bit more courage? It's completely dark. You want some chocolate? I'm going to take some pictures. Are you comfortable enough talking yet? Can you walk up to that device and say something? Can you push the ball that's on the floor? Give it a little push. How many people are here with me right now? How many people live in this house? How many victims were there? I think I keep hearing the number 7. I've heard it 3 times, but I'm going to have to check it out in review when I review evidence. It sounds like I keep hearing 7. But that would actually, if it is saying 7, that's wrong because there were 8 victims. How many people live in this house? How many people live in this house? Okay, so now we're going to go check out the attic space where the murder was said to have been hiding in here. Of course there's a bunch of creepy dolls in here, right? Why wouldn't there be? Is there anyone in here? The story is that the murderer hid in this attic before the family went to sleep, and then, like the coward that you were, you snuck out and murdered the family. Is there any truth to that? If you sit on that chair, that device will go off. I've got a device on the ground. If you come near that, that will light up. I can't imagine how much of a coward somebody would have to be to hide and wait for a poor innocent family to come home and go to sleep, and then for them to be murdered while they were sleeping. It's bad enough to murder 2 adults, But then said coward murdered 6 children as well. I find it quite disgusting and deplorable that this had to happen. I think only a coward would do that. What is your opinion? Are you a coward? Did it feel good to murder innocent babies while they slept? I think only a coward would do that. What is your opinion? Are you a coward? I'll tell you what, you wouldn't do that to me. Because a coward would only do that to innocent people while they were sleeping. You wouldn't have the guts to attack an able-bodied grown man while he was awake, would you? If in fact you are here. I don't know why that, if I know there's theories that like sometimes the murderers will somehow get stuck hanging out at the places they committed crimes. I don't know if there's any truth to that, so I don't even know if in fact the murderer is here, but we're going to at least make an attempt. That's the first EMF hit of the night. Why don't you sit in that chair and make that device go off? That EMF detector hasn't gone off all night long. That's the first time. Now it's going. Oh. It's not much, but something. Well, maybe the energy is starting to come alive in this place. It's been dead all night long. Does that mean you're willing to communicate?
Xbox. Scanning. FM. Scanning. AM.
What is your name? What are you doing here? What is your name? murdered the Moore family? Can you sit in that chair? What is my name? How many spirits are here tonight with me? I demand that you tell me your name. You do not have a choice. You must tell me your name. What do you have to say for yourself? How many people have you murdered? Do you enjoy killing people? What is your name? What's the name of the family that you murdered? I demand that you tell me your name. You do not have a choice. You must tell me your name. Who did you murder first? Who did you murder last? Do you believe that you should be held accountable for your actions? Should you burn in hell for your crimes? Why do you murder people? What do you get out of it? Take a seat on that chair. Take a seat. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Take a seat. Take a seat. Sit down in that chair, let's talk. Personally, I think only a coward would murder a sleeping family of innocent people. What do you think? I try to be respectful when I'm investigating, especially to the spirits of the innocent spirits that were murdered here. I'm nothing but respectful to them. All the children, to Josiah and Sarah, I will be nothing but respectful to them. But if in fact the man that committed this horrific crime is here, I will show him no respect. He does not deserve my respect. He's a coward, and he deserves to rot in hell. What do you have to say for yourself, coward? How many people did you kill? How does it feel to be a coward? Have you committed other murders in other places? Pull up a seat, let's talk. Let's talk man to man. I'll tell you what, if you came at me, I'd snap your little skimpy neck like a twig. For doing what you did to these innocent people that did not deserve this. Just a reminder that there's for some reason there's a bunch of creepy dolls in here. I don't know why they did this, but Creepy Doll Row. Reverend Kelly, are you here? Mr. Reverend Kelly? Did you attend church with the Moors before you brutally murdered them? How dare you claim to be a man of God? I shouldn't even call you Reverend. Call you Coward Robert Kelly, not Reverend Kelly, Coward Kelly. How about that? That's your new nickname, Coward Kelly. It's weird actually being here because I've seen this place on TV. I've been aware of this place for a long time, so it's kind of weird actually being here. I wouldn't call it surreal, but it's a little strange finally being here after seeing it on TV, and you don't realize just how small this house is. I mean, this room where the parents are, I mean, you basically come right up, you come up the stairs, and this is the bedroom. It's almost like a landing, but it's a bedroom. I'll be back upstairs. I'm not going away. Thank you for letting me visit Josiah and Sarah. Thank you. Sarah, will you grab a chocolate, please? If you grab a chocolate, you can make the device go off. It's amazing how close that attic door is to where the bed is. It's like right there. That guy did not have far to go. Sarah, would you take some chocolate, please? Josiah, would you like a cigar? Even if you don't smoke, it's just a simple peace offering to show you that I have good intentions and I mean you all no harm. Just wanted to make sure it was working. Getting some hits on the EMF detector. Is there anybody in here? Did you murder a family? Did you murder somebody?
Again.